everybody. Welcome to another edition. Hello, Midwest Night Watchers. A little Twisted and a little Kathy A with little Annie D and Roger. So, Julian, nice to see you there, and Julie and Peter. And this edition is brought to you by, yes, you name it, and it is in stock right now. Thank you. Texas Beer Company. Yes, we got your beard oil, your beard balm, and everything you need for your wonderful man to make them smell beautiful. It's in stock. Make sure and check out our store. The store is in the comment. And also, it is actually in our YouTube station as well. And right here is the website, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure and check it out. All kinds of wonderful stuff there to buy. Religious, Bigfoot, paraphernalia, you name it, we got it. Peter, everybody, how are y'all doing today?
Wonderful. How are you, my friend?
Oh, doing good, kind sir. Absolutely.
And how's Julian doing?
I'm doing great. It's September. It's September 2024, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, sending ages.
Wonderful, isn't it? Yeah, I cannot believe where did this year go by? So
it's in our hearts, it's in our minds, it's in our stomach.
Yeah, right. Yes. Yeah. So welcome everybody.
We're in a 9 vibration.
Yes, number nine. The
Beatles. Yes. I was reading Julian's mind on that one. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, nice to have you all. Round of applause. So this evening, what are we going to discuss and talk about?
Well, if she's still with us, if she's still in, is she backstage?
She just disappeared on us. So hopefully she'll be back here in a minute. So,
all right.
As you all are entering your all's questions, I do see them. Lori, Anna, Nilda, I am marketing. Welcome, Liana. Nice to see you there, darling. Hey, John.
I don't know if she hung up or.
All right. Peter, aren't we in a new moon?
New moon. What? Already?
Yes.
Hello?
Are we really?
Yes, we are.
Are we not in a new moon, my friend?
Well, no wonder. That explains everything that's going wrong with me.
And September in numerology is called the mirror of your soul.
Yes, we are actually in, today's the 2nd, we are in Monday, a Virgo moon.
That's right, new moon.
A new moon in Virgo, which is details. It's getting things organized. Virgos are obsessed about their health. They are clean freaks at times. Everything's got to be a certain way. If you want to get something done, you give it to a Virgo.
Calling all Virgos, get a hold of Grizzly.
Get a hold of Virgos. And the opposite of Virgo is Pisces, and we have 2 retrogrades with Saturn and Neptune. So there's a lot going on right now.
Oh, yeah. And the fact that it's September, which is a 9, the 9th month, we're talking about, as I said, the mirror of your soul. So after this holiday and festivity, people will be contemplating and asking themselves, as I go to work, or I go now back to school, or my kids are going to school, or I'm renewing a relationship, or I'm ending my relationship, or whatever it is, you're being asked numerologically in this 9, are you happy?
I am happy. I am very happy, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot deny that.
Do you feel successful?
Yes, I do. Yes. Absolutely, I do.
How are you doing with your core values? Your business?
I am very strong on that. A lot of people know my ethical and moral compass is very true north.
Good.
So, and I only surround myself with high vibrational beings as well. That also helps.
As the Beach Boys sing, we're what is it? We're feeling those good vibrations.
She sent me some good vibrations. Yeah, absolutely. Look at Peter. Peter, he could have jumped in.
How do you feel? How do you feel? How's your health? How's your body feeling? Are you exercising?
Oh yeah, you better believe I'm exercising. I take pictures all the time.
I'm losing weight up here. I'm exercising. Yes.
There you go. How about your romance, your passion, your love with your partner, your business, your loved ones, your family? Are you satisfied? Are you angry at someone in the family, a family member, because of a past experience?
Yes. Correct.
So these are questions that are going to be asked by you, by your soul's mirror, because it's time in this 9, which is a 1 with higher mind, 1 with the God consciousness, and it's also to strategize. What are you going to do now with yourself as you move forward in this 9, in this 10 of October, in the 11 of November, and the 12, which is the 3, high 3, 1, 2, 3 Trinity of December? How are you feeling? How are you doing? What's going on with you? Also, because are you ready? Are you ready for unpredictability? Because that's what this is all about right now as we move into election time. But let's go through the September energy first. Unpredictability.
Well,
yeah.
With Virgo, you've got the opposite sign of Pisces, you've got Sagittarius, and you've got Gemini. And right now, Jupiter is in the sign of Gemini, giving us a very high energy, very challenging energy. So that's what we're dealing with right now. And we're dealing with those 4 signs. So I've been adapting to it, and I've been trying to adapt to it. And more people are calling and asking about relationships and when is their soulmate going to come in. A lot of people are focused on soulmates right now.
Well, that's interesting because you're absolutely correct. I have more conversations about what he just said than I had in a long time.
Like I said, how are you feeling about romance, passion,
romance
with your partner? Are you satisfied? Or is there anger somewhere, someplace? And it's all about, in this September, cleaning up the toxicity, cleaning up the thoughts, cleaning up any emotions that have been not dealt with, and you possibly have put them underneath the carpet. Now everything is coming up and it's brewing, and it's important to deal with it, or you can have a lot of problems moving forward.
Well, you're absolutely right. And I cannot concur more than that. And I have been touched more than I ever have in my life. And it's strange that you're bringing up this relationship and stuff, and how Peter's talking about how people are having more conversations. You know, that twin flame does exist for people. You know that, ladies and gentlemen, that he or she is out there, and you will find it. What do you think about that, Julian?
Well, when it comes to the twin flames, because I'm also a past life hypnotherapist, and I've dealt with the twin flames, as well as people who feel that they have a soul partner, and then all of a sudden that soul partner, all of a sudden something happens, or they pass, or they die, or they get sick, or they find somebody else, all that and more. I find that what's important is to be in the now, to be in your love relationship now, and don't wait for someone or somebody with the right haircut with the right shirt on. And everyone, I'm wearing this because, again, it's called agelessness. We're
You're right.
all ageless.
You're
We're
right.
all ageless, and the Rolling Stones are ageless. But back to the subject. I feel that what's important is to be grateful for your life and your breath now. And if you're in an elevator and all of a sudden you catch someone's eye, just say hello. Don't
That's
be
interesting.
scared.
You
Or
know,
if
the
you're-
first thing I look for in a woman is
or
her
if
smile.
you're walking through, let's say your corporate office building, and you're going for lunch or whatever, and you see someone who's a male and you like the way he is walking, you can just say, wow, I love what you're wearing, or I love your shirt, or I love your shoes, or whatever. Compliments are very magnetic at this time. Is that right, Peter?
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, I have decided this even for myself. Whenever I go out every day, I try to pick several people to compliment. And I'm finding my energy is getting more and more positive. And people are turning around and saying, oh my God, thank you so much. We find so much negativity out there that if we can at least compliment somebody about their hair, their outfit, whatever, it actually elevates our kundalini and our chakra energy. Totally agree with you.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
And that's what this 9 is all about in September, because the result of the 9 is unconditional love.
Yes.
It's finding the peace within yourself, that alignment, being one with that high 0. And that high 0 comes from the 8, because the 8 is the bottom 0 is your physical, material, money world. The top is your mental, spiritual world. That's of heaven. Bottom is earth. So you're connecting with your heaven. You're connecting with God consciousness. You're connecting with your purposes. What is your strategy as you move forward? Step forward with, as Peter said, with that kundalini strong, with that shakti, that prana strong, with your body, mind, and heart strong, and loving, and loving. Oh, and so loving.
Yeah, and Peter, your guest has arrived.
Oh,
Should I bring her in?
Well, let's welcome my guest on. As Julian and I are speaking, and I hope to see her shortly. Yes, our special guest tonight is a very close person in my life. It is my sister, Nan, who is a clinical social worker from Canada. And I thought it would be wonderful to have her on the program because she has watched me over the years evolve into what I'm doing now. And Nan has had many hours of clinical field work in a private practice that she has had for many, many years. So welcome to the program, Nan.
Nan, welcome to the program.
Welcome.
Nice to have you.
Thank you. Thank you, brother.
So we're talking about, the topic is how people are looking for relationships, twin flames, karmic relationships. And I'm finding in my own practice, more and more people, Julian has been corroborating this and talking about it, and so is Chris, how more and more people today are looking for either their soulmates or the twin flames. Where you are living now in Canada, do your clients ever talk to or address about finding their perfect match or their perfect soulmate or their twin flame?
I think a lot of people have that wish and they don't always get it, but I don't think they should give up on that. I was talking about this today with the lady that has married a lovely, lovely man, and it's her second marriage. And I think I have another friend that is waiting to meet, quote unquote, Mr. Right. Beautiful woman, physically and emotionally and mentally. And I haven't lost the wish as well. I'm disabled now because I have MS. I've had a lot of challenges, as Peter has in their life. Um, the MS, and I have bipolar disorder. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of that. There's a lot of people that seem to have that. And I like to see people that are just don't give up. I like people that are really challenged by what life has thrown in their wake, and they don't give up. And I'm very intellectual. I'm very spiritual, as my brother is, and I like to see that more of that. I love animals. Peter loves animals. My daughter loves animals, and I'm from New York, and now I'm living in Canada. I miss the U.S. I'm a true American, and I really miss the USA. So that's all I'll say for now. Pete, you have any questions for me?
Well, what I did want to say is that the show is spiritual in nature, and Julian and I have, over the times that we have been producing the shows with Chris, we get many people from diverse backgrounds. Julian, just so you know, is a world famous numerologist. He does a lot of work with Hollywood, and he does a lot of work with very famous people. Chris is an amazing person. He's got a background as a detective and also a TV producer. And you know what my background is because we grew up together. I do agree with you. Now, Julian, also, you're in private practice too in the States, correct, Julian?
I've been private practicing for over 40 years.
Over 40 years. Okay. So I'm curious if there's a difference in culture between people that are living in Canada and people that are living in the USA. Um, where you are living in, do people, what do people strive for? What are their goals primarily? What did they talk to you about their goals in life?
Is this for me?
Oh, I'm asking Nan, and then I'm gonna ask you, Julian.
Okay, Nan, go ahead.
So Julian is the detective?
No,
I'm not
Chris
the detective. I'm a soul detective. Chris is the detective.
Okay.
Chris is a detective.
So I'm sorry, did you say you're a soldier?
I'm a soul detective.
No, Julian is
soul, S-O-U-L.
right.
S-O-U-L, a soul.
Okay, sounds
Spiritual
good.
soul. Julian is a soul detective.
What do I strive for?
No, what do people in Canada strive for?
I think that it's a more conservative nation. I think that I am of the Messianic Jewish faith. I recently just attended a seminar from a rabbi, Rabbi Khan, and he's written about 10 books. And he was talking about what is happening in our society. And a lot of things, a lot of things are going on in the culture, which is not good for the culture. It's certainly not good for our children. And yes. I'm very concerned about what's happening with our society, and even people that are just nice people that have horrible things that happen to them. So in terms of the soul, I think I want to see people that stand up for their rights. There's a lot of horrible things that are happening to our children.
Yes, I agree with that.
I totally agree with her, Peter. And I think we need more people with that message to the world, because that is what is wrong with society today, I think.
What I feel in regards to children, it first starts with education. And if
I couldn't agree with you more, Julian.
And if you have the proper education, then the children will have something to do with their minds, and not just hang out in the streets. I feel that there needs to be allocation of monies to education, and we have many ways of doing that. One of the ways is create another lottery system where the X amount of dollars or the percentage goes to the education system for the children. I feel that also the children deserve as much support, especially when it comes to arts, crafts, and music, because this is something that also stimulates and stretches the mind, the heart, the body into a place called the imagination. And it's very important that children have that set of values where they can connect with their imaginations, because the imagination is the doorway to creativity, to productivity, to even prosperity.
And I hate to see, I think there's a lot of evil that has gone on in our culture. I think there's a lot of evil that has gone on towards children. And it's very frightening to me as a parent. Also, I think that people that are vulnerable are also the recipients of this evilness. I just attended a seminar where the rabbi talked about it. He wrote books about it. I know Peter has a lot of feelings about that. He's my brother. And I think there is, I'm not trying to say, I love men, but I think there's a lot of frightening things that are happening to females at times that are very frightening to me and disturbing. And I want to see a change with that. I want to see, I'm very much in favor of the law. I'm very much in favor of the police officers. Unfortunately, a lot of them have been killed in the line of duty that I've seen myself. And that's a very interesting topic to go into. And that's all I can say about that at this time.
Well, from a clinical point of view, with clinical backgrounds, Julian, how do you think, you mentioned education, Nan and I were brought up in a culture and a family where education was of paramount importance. Our mother was an avid reader. She would lock herself in her room at night and she would read 2 and 3 books a week. Nan and I were indoctrinated to read and to amass as much literature and knowledge as we possibly could. And today, we're not seeing so much people or your youth reading. We're seeing more instant gratification of going on the computer. And instead of reading and researching, I see constant texting. I mean, we become a society, we become desensitized with everything. I really think we have totally become desensitized where we don't feel anymore. We are so wrapped up in everything is today very expeditiously done. So I guess what I'm looking at is, do you feel, you said through education, Julian, you feel we can change society's ways and we can get back to a more copacetic, peaceful society?
What I feel is this, is that technology is moving very quickly. So the way of communicating through texts or emails is already changing. I have friends who text now by voice. So they speak into their phone or they speak into the computer and the computer writes for them. So
It writes for them.
so these are applications that are available. If you want to use them, fine. If not, not. When it comes to problems in society or problems with your own self or home or family, what's important is to be now, especially as we move through this new month of September, going into these next months, going into 2025, which in itself is also a 9 vibration. And again, the 9 is higher mind, God consciousness, a strategy of what is it that you wish to do with your purpose in life. And all of us have a purpose. I feel what's important is the strategy is to be a problem solver and not a victim, because being a victim is just going to bring about more victimness, not only within yourself, but you're going to attract that, the people as well as those energies towards you. It's time for people to be courageous. It's time for people to do their research, their homework, to do whatever they need to do, and also to combine their forces, their education, their core values with other people, because it's all about community now. And
it is about community.
And if you want your community to be full of victims, you can have a community full of victims. If you want a community of problem solvers and people going, okay, what is it that we're going to do for our family? What is it that we're going to do for our community? What is it that we're going to do for our school? What is it that we're going to do for our synagogue, our church, whatever? Community right now is utter, probably one of the most important things in our lives today.
I agree with that. Nan, do you have any comments that you want to make about what Julian just said, dear?
About the individual contributions people want to make?
Yeah, I mean, in a given day, how do you spend your days? I know you used to be an avid reader. Do you read? What do you do in a given day?
I read all the time. I'm addicted to books. I love books. I have a real commitment towards mental health. I've had an experience with mental health, as Peter has as well, differently than mine, but we have both had mental health challenges. I think I have a contribution to make towards people. I'm a writer. I like to write. I write original material. And so Peter understands that. I experienced the challenge of confronting something called bipolar disorder. It's a mental health condition which is inherited. My grandmother had it. And I want to talk about, I have a tremendous sense of humor, which is my saving grace. I worked as a psychotherapist in special education for 20 years. I'm very proud of my education. It's a very important part of who I am. I'm a graduate of 2 Ivy League schools and I have honors with bipolar disorder, and a lot of people have that. And so I think I'm going to make it. I like to talk. For example, now I feel very comfortable talking about my experience with bipolar disorder. I didn't take prescription drugs for over 20 years because I didn't think I needed them.
Can you talk a little louder, sweetie? It's a little. Can you talk a little louder so we can hear you?
Louder? Okay. I'm not having mood swings right now, but I did in the past. Um, the illness is not something you pick, it's something that picks you.
All right, we're talking about being bipolar and manic, correct?
Yes. And I remember when I first got it, my parents were devastated. They took me to a doctor called Dr. Phoebe. He's dead now. And he diagnosed me right away. He said, your daughter has bipolar disorder. It's formally called manic depression illness, and it is a mental illness that causes unusual shifts in a person's moods, energy, activity levels, and concentration. This shifts can make it difficult to carry out our daily tasks, and it's difficult to hold down a job. Here example of some of the feelings I had. I had to deal with feeling high, feeling jumpy or irritated,
Yes.
having increased energy. Remember that, Peter? Having elevated self-esteem, where I thought I was the hottest thing. Feeling that I could do anything, experiencing I could unable to sleep, and an increase in appetite. I talk faster and more than usual, having rapid flights of ideas, racing thoughts. The other thing I had is called overspending. I
Over
spent
what?
my
Can
whole
you repeat
fortune.
that?
I spent my whole fortune. I had thousands and thousands of dollars because of the bipolar disorder. Um, as a teenager, my parents were very depressed because they were very frightened because of my bipolarness. Growing up, I got involved with men that were not the best choices.
So my
I
question,
used to spend money unwisely. Yep.
my
Go
question
ahead.
in regards to the bipolar is what is the because that's your past, darling. What is it that now in 2024 they're doing for bipolar?
Yes.
What are they doing?
Yes.
I think most people they use medication. I never thought I needed it, but I've gone on medication, which made a difference.
Okay.
I'm not ashamed. I have the opportunity to tell people I'm very sorry to my parents because I was a handful when I was a child. As Peter was too. We're very safe to report that and we love our parents, but we
Right.
knew that we gave them a lot of grief. And today my heart is broken towards them. Um, when I was 14, I got into a very serious car crash. When I was hurt very badly. I had to go and get surgery. We decided to throw a firecracker at a convent at 4 a.m. Right after
Can
that,
I
we threw the
interrupt you for a
firecracker.
minute? What we do,
Absolutely.
sweetie, I appreciate that. What we do on the program, we try to inspire people. In retrospect, to go back
Okay.
into history isn't going to help you, and it's not going to help people watching the program. So I know exactly what you went through at the school, but today, what words of wisdom can you give to people out in society on a positive note that are dealing with MS, that are dealing with bipolar? What has kept your faith? What has kept you going in a positive state of mind? That's what we want to focus in on. The past is the past, and now we're going forward.
Well, I'm proud of my past. I think it took a lot of courage, and I think it takes a lot of courage now to live with MS.
Yes,
I'm using a wheelchair, which I never thought I was going to do. I graduated from using a walker to a
yes.
wheelchair. I know that I'm going to give up this wheelchair and be able to walk again. So
Good.
that's my
Good. Excellent.
encouragement.
That's positive.
Excellent.
That's tremendous.
That's a positive thing. So I like to encourage people that because everybody gets discouraged at times. Would you agree?
Yes.
Well, Peter, and thank you for because that's what this September energy is also all about, Peter. It's again, it's looking into our soul's mirror. It's very deep reflection of our past, of not only our last 9 months of 2024, but also of our lives and where we're at right now.
Right.
And I love what you said, and I love what Nan said in regards to the fact that she accepted her MS. She accepted her bipolar. And that's one of the first things I do with my clients is because they're very angry, very upset. They go into a horror show with themselves. And the first thing is to take responsibility and to accept what's going on with you. And then after that, then be the problem solver and go wherever it is that you need to go to find the answers and the truth. If it's allopathic medicine, if it's homeopathic herbs or shamanism or whatever it is, something is out there for you to deal with whatever is going on with you so you can move forward with harmony and clarity.
Julian,
that's where I'm at.
Peter, and Nan. Can I read something out loud, please? May I?
Absolutely.
So the other day, I was in a full-blown conversation with a lot of people, and this topic was approached and was laid on my lap. And this is how I responded. I put it in the comments for everybody. It's just a reminder, God's word is profound and a living testament to love for humanity. Through scripture, we find the foundation of our faith, a guide that leads us to truth, comfort, and the path of righteousness. Every verse is an expression of God's infinite love, revealing his nature as compassionate, and it's just as merciful, the Creator himself. See, the Bible narrates the story of God's enduring love from Genesis to Revelation. And in the beginning, his love is evident in the creation of the world and humanity, crafted in his image. Even when humanity strayed, God's love remained steadfast. He sent prophets to guide, instruct, and remain of us of his comment. Ultimately, this love was made manifested in the most extraordinary way through life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ himself.
Amen.
So, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what path you go down in life, you are not alone. If you want to call it God, the universe, high source, Buddha, call it what you may. We are not by ourselves. And sometimes we, as humans and people in humanity, must rely on each other to get us through these struggles. And I think a lot of people fail to understand that.
Yes.
I feel that people are being asked to embrace God one way or another. God of Mother Earth, God in Catholicism, in Judaism, in Muslim, in Hinduism, Zoroastrian, whatever it is, to embrace this grace, this power, this energy, to be aware of your visible world and your invisible world as one, to have faith and trust. And in this period of 9, again, number 9, see it as a balloon. You're in a balloon with the umbilical cord that's also connected with Earth, but you have that balloon, and that balloon can go wherever it is that you wish to go, to journey and find out more about yourself, about your loved one, about your family, your children, your
Yes.
your mother, father, your humanity, your animals, whatever. Allow yourself to take that balloon and soar right now, and
soar
soar
with it.
and soar.
I couldn't agree with you more. Very well said, Julian. I did also want to interject because Nan and I grew up together. Nan was a overachiever growing up. Nan strived for straight A's. She strived to be top of her class. And not only did she strive for all that, but she achieved it. She was an amazing student. She went to a school called Dwight School for Girls in Englewood, and she actually went to school with people like Brooke Shields was in school. Gloria,
Shut the front door. Are you serious?
yes.
Wow.
Brooke Shields went there, and several supermodels. But Nan went on to go on to Ramapo College, one of the top schools in northern New Jersey, of which I graduated from. And then she was accepted into Columbia University, which is an Ivy League school. So she was an incredibly high achiever. And I think because there was so much stress on her to constantly achieve, she was under a lot of stress because of academics, and she was diagnosed with several illnesses, which evolved into her getting sick and developing MS. But she is very acclaimed in her own right. My sister has been in private practice for years. She was in practice with her husband, who is a well-known psychiatrist up in Canada. And Nan has written books. Nan has been included in books. Nan was a brilliant student. She still is. And what she's achieved is short of a miracle. So I wanted to interject that, Nan, for you, because I know at times it's hard to, but I am very proud of you for what you have been able to accomplish. And you're connected to the spiritual, even though you're into you said Messianic, is that Judaism?
Yeah, Messianic, yes.
Messianic, all right. Well, all of us sitting here, I believe, have had very challenging, difficult childhoods, and all of us have had not perfect lives, and yet we've all come together in solidarity. We have come together and we take the focus off of all the negativity, and we all, as we are sitting here tonight, because of our own discord and our own depression, we are coming together to help other people. I wanted to explain also to you, Nan, I've worked with Julian many years on other shows, and I chose him because we were on the same life path. I was introduced by Chris, by Angela Ford, who you know, and I think, and the one reason why I wanted to have you on tonight, because I think you are amazing in your own right, in your abilities. I thought you would be an asset for you to allow people on TV to see what people can achieve in their lives, even with life-threatening illnesses.
Well, Peter, I am so proud of my brother. I can't even begin to tell you how proud of Peter and what he's achieved. Also, I would like to mention another challenge I've had. I developed something called cancer. I have cutaneous lymphoma, but I'm recovering from that illness right now. I think I'm going to beat it.
Amen.
And I think I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think that God, Jesus, whatever. There's a reason why certain people get ill, and there's a reason why we recover from these illnesses. And Peter is an inspiration to us. I guess as everybody in the audience and everybody, all the guests tonight, Peter is what he's accomplished. It's just truly amazing against all odds. So
It is. And Nan, I am going to testify to you. 2019, I was on duty when I got hurt.
what
They
happened?
thought when I got hurt, they thought I broke my back.
Wow.
When I was in the university hospital, I had a doctor come into my room. The lights were dim. It was nearly dark. And he said, "Officer, we need to talk." And that's when they found kidney cancer on me. So if God, which I believe in my God, made me get hurt, because if I did not get hurt, I only had 6 months or left to live, because they found the kidney cancer by accident. So yes, we do have things in life called destiny and different routes. And what we struggle and go through, we also testify to other people as well. That shows that we do have a living God. So I just wanted to say that to you. And I admire you, Nan. You are a bright, outstanding woman, and you got so much to offer. And I am honored for you even being on our show tonight. Thank you.
Well, it's a true enjoyment, and I am gracious and thankful for me to be here. And I thank you all of our guests tonight. I love people, and I want to get out there. I think that when I'm out, actually, I want to be able to work again. There's a lot of discrimination against people that are disabled. Because I have MS, they don't want me to work as a therapist. I think that's absolutely nonsense. I think I'm an excellent therapist, and I don't listen to people that are discriminatory against people that have their tonight. There's a woman with me tonight that showed me a picture that a man, he was born without arms and without legs. He has beautiful children, a beautiful wife. It didn't stop him. It didn't stop him, and that is true inspiration. And he's also a speaker. What kind of a speaker did you call him tonight?
Well, he does spiritual stuff.
Spiritual speaker.
So Nan, I noticed somebody has been helping you throughout the show. Would you announce who that is? We give a round of applause, please.
Pardon?
He says that you announce who's
can you introduce us who's helping you, so we give them a round of
Chris
applause?
would like to introduce the bright star sitting next to you that has been helping you. We would like
absolutely.
to bring her on.
She's great.
Yes. And we
and what
really
is her name? Can we say hello to her?
Rita.
So Rita, thank you so much.
Hi.
Rita, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for helping out. It's wonderful.
Help me get on tonight.
Yeah, we were having a little bit of technical difficulty, so I was trying to get her on here.
Hey, it's fantastic.
Finally,
thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, I thank you very much, Rita, for setting this up.
God bless.
It's a gift to all of us. Yeah, she's an amazing soul. Rita is.
Peter, Anna D wants to ask you and Julian. I don't know if she's still here right now with us, but she can watch on the replay. She says, Julian and Peter, do either of our guests connected to spirit, which she knows you do? If yes, may I try to get a message for my sister who passed a week ago today? Her name is Elizabeth. Thank you very much for your time.
It's Elizabeth. May I just quickly have her date of birth so I tune into the right person?
Okay, Anna D is here. Thank you, Anna. Can we have her date of birth, please? Peter and Julian needs that. And if you want, I'll see if I can grab my cards real quick. Hold on.
Also her day of passing.
Yes, the date of birth and the date of passing.
Because in numerology, the date of passing is the birthday to the other side.
Yes, correct. So does she have her date of birth? And by the way, Nan, you're doing an amazing job there.
Yeah, she's probably getting it, but so when Anna asked about that, so I saw a couple of images coming up, and Anna needs to say yes or no. Don't go into great detail. Anna, have you dreamt about her? Because I'm seeing that this person that you're talking about in his past is coming to you in dreams. And the dreams that you are receiving are not fulfilled to the full motion picture, like I call a movie. It's in segments. So if this is the case, the date of birth is August 9th, 1961. August 9th, 1961. Her date of
1961.
passing was
Okay.
August 26, 2024 at 11:10 p.m. August
All right.
26, 2024 at 11:10 p.m.
I'm picking up a healer. I want to say I'm picking up a soul that is a healer. She's saying to me she was very dynamic, a very dynamic soul, and very connected to the family. My God, when I pick up her energy, absolutely positive and incredible. I'm being shown, she's saying that she had gifts, and I want to share something with her sister. She knew that she wasn't going to be here that long. She just said she already knew she wasn't going to be here for a long time. I don't know if that helps her, but she's handing me flowers to give to her. All right.
Yeah,
She's
that's Peter. That's actually what I was seeing with flowers. So yeah, I concur. Anna D says, I think so. I'll keep getting interrupted. So waking before I can get it. Anna D, she's not knowing how to communicate with you, and that's why it's coming in fragments. Keep a dream journal next to the bed, and as soon as you wake up, write down what you're seeing or dreaming about it, and come back to us. We'll see if we can't help you out some.
okay. Did you pick up anything, Julian?
Yes. The woman who passed, what's her name? Elizabeth?
Elizabeth.
Well, Elizabeths have a very strong vibration, and her birth date is an 898, and that comes out to a 7. So
Yes.
the double eights, they embrace the 9, and the 9 is a person who works with humanity in some form, in some also artistic quality, very strong minded, and at the same time had her secrets. She I don't understand how she passed. Maybe something with circulation or something with the heart, but something happened. Could have been even an accident. But it's
They're showing
interesting.
me something in you. You're right there. I'm getting pointing to the heart.
But it's interesting because she passes with triple eights, an 8, 26, 8, 2024, 8.
I get the stuff here.
Yes.
Triple eights creating a 6. So Elizabeth is born now to the other side, where she's here to help and assist people in their empowerment and not holding on to stuff, because there's something with Elizabeth where she was holding on something, and in holding she wasn't reinforcing, she wasn't helping, she was holding back something.
Holding back. Yeah.
And now she's being asked to really empower, be courageous, and take charge, instead of sort of like, I feel like Elizabeth was almost like a spy. She sometimes disappeared, especially when it came to her emotions or feelings. She wasn't so expressive and so communicative.
No, and she's giving you all confirmation. She was very secretive.
And
she did pass because of cancer. And she also said, today, Peter and Julian, I saw a beautiful blue color. That was her favorite color, was blue. What is y'all's representation when people see that, when it comes to people that's passed?
Yes.
Well,
so then I was going to say to you, we are going to work on bringing you back to the States, if that is a dream of yours, to bring you back home where you belong. And I think it's been amazing that you've been able to come on and to talk. I haven't seen you in a while. You look terrific. And is there any other words of advice that you want to give to people that are confronting life-threatening illnesses? I know for you, you have had more than a share of health issues. We both dealt with them growing up, and you really had much more than your share. But I think on a spiritual level, you are very highly evolved, and you know that this isn't our only life. We were brought up in a family where I believe in to this day that we come back until we get it right or perfect. And so do you have any words of wisdom to other people that are confronting with what you're confronting?
Well, this was a very inspiring talk today. I also think you mentioned to me that Aunt Joan mentioned that I have some kind of astrological configuration that means I would have a higher than average hard life of illness. I have cancer, I have bipolar, the two of them.
You had cancer, darling. You don't have it anymore.
And
Did you hear what Julian just said? You had cancer.
Yes, I still have cancer, but I'm not scared. I really think Jesus is in my life. I go to the synagogue every Saturday. I talk to Jesus. I know he's going to heal me. And I think that my faith in God is very strong. But I have had more than my share of health scares. And I was in a car accident when I was a teenager. Peter probably remembers because I threw a firecracker at a Catholic seminary.
Yeah, you mentioned that Peter has been in accidents. Grizzly has been in accidents. I was in an accident when I was going on 11 years old as well. I believe that people who are now making a difference in people's lives and empowering other people, they themselves have been through all kinds of trials and tribulations. And as Peter said, and for whatever reason, now here we are, and we have work to do.
I think something positive has come out of all of it. I think more positive in my heart. I'm going to use the word heart. That I can help other people get on with their lives and not to give up. It makes me feel more empowered. And I feel that this has been a very, very wonderful, not seminar, talk show today with the men, Peter and his two guests. I know Rita has gotten a lot out of it as well. And she's smiling and she's right next to me. But Peter, I think that you have, we have some relatives that are very challenging and are very disappointing and have hurt us. And I think that we can inspire other people because of the hurt that we've gone through.
Absolutely. That was well said. And I appreciate you coming on, Nan. And it's always a pleasure to have you back at any time. Julian, any last words, kind sir?
What was that?
Any last words, kind sir?
For everyone in this in these following days, to be thankful, where you're at. Be thankful for your breath, your inhale and exhale. Be thankful for your body, that you have a mind, that you have a heart, that you can also commune and communicate. And be thankful that you have assistance, visible and invisible. And just be grateful in these days as we're in this new moon, as Peter said. And in this new moon, it's important to now plant seeds of what is it that you wish till the next moon, which will be that in October. So come from a place of gratefulness and love. And no matter the who, what, where, when, and why, love yourself and find it in your heart, in your mind, in your soul, in your spirit, to love mankind, womankind, sentient beings, all beings.
Peter?
Well, after that, after what Julian said, it's going to be difficult to surpass that. But I wanted to say, I have reached a point in my life where I'm grateful for the good, the bad, and the ugly and the indifferent.
Right.
I am grateful as right now that I had the ability, and I want to give special thanks to Rita for making this a possibility for a family member to come on the program. I do not accept myself. I do not accept that I really am amazing in any way. I believe that I channel God through my mind, my body, and my soul. And I get up every day and I thank God for another day to be an example, to be exemplary of God's ultimate quintessential gifts. And I thank God every day that we are given a chance, each one of us, when we wake up in the morning, to see the sun, to see the stars, to be out in nature. And I truly feel very gifted that I still have my sister here and that she is doing so amazingly well. And I'm grateful. My parents, I know around me, my parents are grateful that we even did this tonight. And Julian, I am so grateful to you for your friendship, for your being on the show with me every week. And this wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the incredible talent of Chris and his background and his being who he is. Chris, you're an amazing person, soul, and you are giving and disseminating each week and every day information and hope and love to everybody throughout the world. So I thank you also, sir.
Well, thank you. And I will close out with this, ladies and gentlemen. It starts out with Isaiah 40:31. But those who have hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint, ladies and gentlemen. From coast to coast, around the world, Godspeed. We'll see you at 9.
It's a grizzly.
Should we get out of here?
No, we're gonna watch and listen.
Action.
It's a grizzly.
Oh, shit, should we run?
No.
Action.
It's a grizzly.
Oh, shit, should we run?
Okay. It's a grizzly.
Are you sure it's not Chipmunk? Action. Nah, get out of here.
It's a grizzly.
I'm out of here.
Huh. Maybe it is a chipmunk. Shh. It's a grizzly.
Are we gonna die?
I don't know. We're just gonna sit here and listen and watch.
Let's get out of here, maybe.
Fall!